Excuse me, sir, is this the Delta House?
Sure. Come on in.
They have cold beer and action on the game.
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
It's time for the Degenerates Next Door.
Dollar bills, y'all.
Man, we're getting closer and closer to Thanksgiving. And what a better way to appreciate all the things you have in life than to gamble it all away. My name is Jason Hammer. Rob Kendall right across from me. We are the Degenerates Next Door. We talk all things sports betting and other stuff, gambling stuff. We'll have two professional handicappers joining us here in just a moment. Rob, now that you and your family have a little one,
yes,
you guys have the leverage now. Do you make the family come to you? The baby's the leverage. You've got the leverage. Do you make the family come to you now?
No. Here's the deal. My wife's grandmother is like one of those people who never ages. Like she's in her mid-80s, but you see her and you think, oh, that woman's in her early 60s, right? So she's all in on the Thanksgiving thing and Christmas and all that stuff. So we just go there. It's like, you're going to do all the work. All I got to do is get in a car and go. That's way better than my wife waking up at 3 a.m. and then I got to watch the kid by myself.
Right.
Now, I'm a traveling man.
Okay, because when you're hosting, you also have to do the cooking.
That's right.
And I know you're a liability in the kitchen. You burned yourself making mac and cheese. Is Mrs. Kendall somebody that knows her way around it?
She was when she met me, and then I think I sucked the fun out of it for her.
Now she chooses not to.
Yeah. You know, when we first met, and she's like, yeah, I was a better person back then.
Now you've broken my will. Being with Rob Kendall will do that.
Hey, true story. True story. I was talking to my wife. We were having a conversation about the cost of everything, which you may have noticed is very high.
Costs are high.
Yeah,
yes.
and I said, I'm sorry for this middle-class life that you've been forced to live. And she looks at me and she goes, my wife is very chill about everything. She goes, it's okay. We could have been lower class.
See? Glass half full. Glass half full. But what people don't understand is, like, in your mind, everything should cost the same way it did in 1986.
That's right.
Like, you go to the grocery store maybe once every 7 to 8 months, and you'll come to us and go, have you seen those prices? Yeah, Rob, it's kind of on pace for what happens every year at a grocery store. I remember when turkeys used to be $0.25. Yeah. Well, what was that, 25, 30 years ago, Rob? Like, you would be the worst Price is Right contestant
totally.
of all time.
Oh, no, absolutely. Yeah.
How much does this microwave cost? $1. No, not even close, Rob. Hey, we got some action tonight, and you know what? I think this is actually a pretty interesting game. Let's bet on it.
I want action tonight, satisfaction all night.
So we've got Josh Allen and company, the Buffalo Bills, on the road, down in the Lone Star State, taking on the Fighting Davis Mills and the Houston Texans. And, Rob, this feels like one of those spots where Vegas is begging you to take Josh Allen here.
No.
Now, the Texans, they've got a backup quarterback. C.J. Stroud is out. Davis Mills is the QB. And the line in this game is Buffalo -6. It might be 5.5 in other spots. At the time of this podcast, I'm seeing 6. Over-under is pretty low, 43.5. And this is because the Texans' defense is really good. So the way I'm looking at this, odds makers, they are begging you to take Josh Allen because you know who he is. He's an MVP guy. He's on commercials. Everybody loves Josh Allen. But the real reality is that Houston Texans defense is pretty damn good. And if Davis Mills can just do the bare minimum and hang around, I think we got a shot here with the Texans +6. It's a short week. You've got a Texans team that's got a really good defense and a Bills defense that's not any good. So, again, I get that it's a backup quarterback, but against that crappy Buffalo defense, if Davis Mills can give us a little, maybe that's asking too much, but I think he can give us the bare minimum here. I think our toes are tapping. I'm hitching my wagon to the Texans +6 in this one. Short week, better defense, at home, bad Buffalo defense. I don't need the Texans to win. I just need them to hang around, Rob.
It's going to be a thing, though, where we come back the next day and you say, it was right in front of me. Like the obvious was right in front of me. Had the better quarterback, not given a lot of points. I should have seen it.
Is this one of those look in the mirror games where it's going to be like midnight later on tonight? I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I realize that the Bills have beat the Texans 30-6.
That's what I'm saying.
And I have to look at myself and go, you bet on Davis Mills
right.
over Josh Allen.
Yeah, I think maybe you're getting bought into the idea of the great defense, but the Bills haven't been world beaters this year.
Right, that's the thing. And they're traveling short week.
Yep.
I'll take the points.
All right.
I'll take the points.
Love it.
Give me the Texans with 6. Now, the game of the week here. This is the game we're all going to pick. Myself, you, Rob, our professional handicappers, Kenny and David, coming up here in just a moment. The Colts at the Chiefs. Kansas City coming off 2 consecutive losses. They are 3.5-point home favorites. Over under, I'm seeing 50. 50.5 in some other places. But 50 is the most consistent number here. What say you?
Well, I'm torn on this because whatever I pick, it'll be wrong. So, I mean, look, the Chiefs kind of stink.
We need to make T-shirts for the Degenerates Next Door merchandise store. Whatever I say is going to be wrong.
I'm torn on this because on paper, you're like, okay, the Chiefs have been kind of Stinksville this year. The Colts have been world beaters, but the Colts haven't looked all that great the last few weeks when you factor in it was the Steelers who destroyed them, and then they barely beat the Falcons, who aren't all that great in Germany. That's a neutral site game.
Ugly win against Arizona in Indy a few weeks ago.
Yeah, the Colts are getting 3.5, and I saw that Vegas, they're eating, get the -120 on that. How many times have we seen the Colts go on a road in big games over the years and get their asses handed to them? But 3.5's a lot, and then it's like the obvious thing. The Colts were so much better, should have seen it. So I'm saying screw all of it. I'm going under 50 points.
Under 50 is the play for Rob here. Under 50. Yeah, Arrowhead is a tough place to put up a lot of points if you're a visiting team.
Yeah, it is.
Right? And Daniel Jones, last couple of weeks, has shown that he can turn the ball over. You can strip, he can fumble, he can throw a pick. It can happen. The old Daniel Jones has started to show up a little bit more often for the Indianapolis Colts, but I still think with that running game, they got a good shot here.
I do. I agree. It's just like, am I going to see this and go, oh, that was so obvious if I go with the Chiefs? But then it's like, well, all I need is like one sustained period without points at a 50-point. That's a big number, right?
Right.
So all I need is one sustained period. Maybe you get a long drive and it results in a field goal. Maybe you get a long drive and it results in a changeover on downs or a fumble or whatever. Like, you just got too many ways you can keep that under 50 points. So I'll take the 50.
So Kansas City's lost 2 straight games. Do we really believe that Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, who's been playing really well lately, by the way, he's been going over his totals if you've had Kelce props last couple of weeks. Do we really think all 3 of those guys in a home game against a team that did not make the playoffs a year ago are going to lose 3 straight? I don't. And the question then becomes, if you think Kansas City is going to win, do they cover 3.5? The hook is a little scary there, but I'm not one of these candy asses that buys points. I'm not going to be buy down Britt, Kenny Britt, one of our professional handicappers. We gamble like grown men around here. I just think this is a good spot to buy the Chiefs low. Like gambling degenerates know, buy low, sell high. Nobody's ever as good as you think they are. Nobody's ever as bad as you think they are. And all of these ESPN experts, like this was the big panel they had yesterday. None of them are gambling people, mind you, but they were all questioning, how are the Colts the underdog in this game? Yeah, when they all say that, I'm on the other side. That's a red flag. So give me Kansas City. Ooh. I'm going to lay the 3.5 here with the Chiefs at home. I can't see them losing 3 straight, and that number's not big enough for me to say they win, but they don't cover. It's 3.5. I'm prepared to lose by the hook, but I gamble like a grown man.
I love it. I love it.
Speaking of buy down Britt, Kenny Britt, we're going to find out if he still is on death's door. I mean, he sounded like he was about to die on this segment on Tuesday. We may or may not have told everybody he's got herpes. We'll find out how he's feeling. And our other professional handicapper, David Stephanoff. They're all coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We are the Degenerates Next Door. All right, let's get our professional handicappers in the mix here. We'll find out what they think about our game of the week. The Colts traveling to Arrowhead. Up first is the man behind KB Sports, Kenny Britt. Find KB Sports on Facebook. And Kenny, you got the Colts at Kansas City taking on the Chiefs. KC coming off 2 losses in a row. They are a home 3.5-point favorite. Over under right around 50. What say you?
Thank you, Jason. Appreciate it. I have survived the plague. I'm feeling a lot better today.
Good.
Everybody,
your herpes has cleared up. Okay, just want to make sure everybody knows your herpes have cleared up.
Do you know the scene in Talladega Nights where he's in the hospital and she wants to pull the plug and the doctor's like, he's just asleep? Well, that's what Darcy, my wife, was doing for a couple of days. She was ready to pull the plug, but we got past it.
Well, good. Glad to see you're feeling better.
All right. We've talked about Kansas City for 3 or 4 weeks now. Like, this might be their last stance, but you look at their schedule after this game, their schedule isn't that tough. They've only got 3 more road games at, I'm doing this by memory, at Dallas, at Tennessee, and at Las Vegas. So they could still run the table and go 12-5. They're not dead by any stretch. If this game was 3, and I'm sure David will probably find it at 3 at some offshore Costa Rica sports book, because I couldn't find 3 anywhere on the 5 apps that I use. I think the Colts are going to score some points, which is going to in turn make Kansas City score some points, Jason. And I like Kansas City's team total at over 26.5. I think they're going to put up a big number this weekend. The last 2 games, they haven't hit that number, but the 5 games before that, they did. I think with the Colts putting pressure on them, I think Kansas City's going to put up some points. So I like Kansas City over 26.5 team total. If I was betting the game, which I probably will, I'll probably take KC and buy it down to 2.5, but we're not allowed to do that on this show.
I mean, you can, but you can also have to talk about your tampon endorsement. You buy points on this show, you've got to talk about how you use tampons. That's the rule.
I know. That's why I know. But yeah, I like the team total over 26.5. I think they're gonna put a big number this weekend, Jason.
I talked about this a little bit earlier in the show, Kenny. When I saw all of the non-gambling experts on this ESPN panel all questioning why the Colts were not the favorite in this game, that was a red flag right there in itself, because degenerates know you buy low, you sell high. And right now, it's a perfect spot to buy KC low. I think at the beginning of the year, even in like week 2 or 3, when the Colts had looked pretty good, I don't think this would have been as low as 3.5. And I just can't see Kansas City losing 3 straight games, especially with their head coach, that quarterback, and being at home.
Yeah, and their health. I mean, their running back Pacheco's out, but they got Kareem Hunt, so that's really not a drop off. As far as I know, they're 100% healthy on the offensive side. And you're right. If Kansas City was Kansas City from years past, this line would probably be approaching a touchdown, wouldn't it?
Right.
Like you were saying? Yeah. So buy low, sell high is a great point. And I was back and forth between taking KC minus the points or this team total, but I don't see how the team total doesn't hit. The Colts are going to put some points up. They've been offensively, they've been a juggernaut all year long. And that's going to put pressure on KC to score. And I think it's going to be a shootout. I think the over is good. The over 50.5. I think KC is good. But the team total to me, again, buy low, sell high. At 26.5, that's a big number. It's, 27, 28 is where most scores are. So I really like this over 26.5 on the team total.
All right, so I'll let you look at the board here and pick any other game. What do you feel good about?
The other game of the week, Jason, I think, is the Falcons at the Saints, correct?
Yes, I think people are canceling all of their plans on Sunday for Falcons and Saints. Yes.
I think so. So the Falcons, Michael Penix has torn his ACL, and he hasn't even played all the years he's been in the league. He hasn't played one full total year yet in the NFL. Drake London's going to be out this weekend. I'm still on Kirk Cousins is still a better quarterback than I think you pronounce his name Tyler Shuck, right?
Tyler Sucks.
For New Orleans.
That's what we can go with. Just call him Sucks.
Sucks, right. And that's exactly why I'm on this play. I still think pound for pound, Atlanta is a better team than New Orleans. They're getting 1.5. This is one of those plays where we talk about almost weekly. Are we playing this team or we're playing against this team? I'm just playing against the Saints. Kirk Cousins is still Kirk Cousins. He's got a full week getting number one reps. I think Atlanta's going to beat them. They got probably the best running back in the league in Bijan Robinson. So I'm on the Falcons getting 1.5 at New Orleans. I just still think they're the better team just because Penix is out. I still think player matchups, they're the best team. So Atlanta plus 1.5. I think Dave calls those the ugly dog game or the ugly prom date game or something.
Right. And listen, man, all things are equal here. I've always said if all things are equal and the better quarterback's getting points, you got to take a look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kirk Cousins is the better quarterback, all things being equal. And yeah, I just can't see New Orleans winning this game. I know they're at home, but I still think Atlanta's the better team. And you talk about that all the time. All things being equal, go with the best quarterback getting points. So that's where I'm at with it.
All right, man. If somebody wants to jump on board and be a VIP client of yours, if they want the winning to continue at higher levels for all the sports that you offer, where can they go?
Yeah, we're on a pretty good roll right now, Jason. We're on Facebook, KB Sports. Do every sport with the exception of hockey, including horse racing. Do contests, giveaways, free plays on my page, all that stuff, and you can become VIP client. All of it's on Facebook on KB Sports. We are off next week. Everybody have a great, safe, and fun Turkey Day weekend next weekend. And I think Jason will be posting our plays for you on our Twitter page.
Yeah, Twitter @GamblingStuff is where this podcast lives, but we'll have it on our personal Facebook and all that other stuff as well.
Yep.
KB Sports. My man, have a great Thanksgiving weekend. We will reconvene here in a couple.
All right. Take care, guys. Thank you.
And now we go to our other professional handicapper, David Stephanoff. Follow, never fade. He's the man behind it all. And the game of the week, Kansas City hosting Indianapolis, David. Chiefs coming off 2 losses in a row. They're at home. They are a 3.5-point favorite. The total, I see 50. I think a few 50.5s in some other spots here, but 50 is the number I see the most. What say you?
This could be a good game, tough game for the Colts, I think. But this might be the Kansas City team of old, 5-5. They lose this, they might not make the playoffs. So I think it's a do or die situation for them, Hammer. This is gonna be a good game for we can't bet with our hearts here, Hammer.
Oh, I know. That's why I took Kansas City earlier. I just feel like everybody is giving up on Kansas City, and I look at Andy Reid, I look at Patrick Mahomes. They've lost 2 in a row, and they're at home. I cannot see them losing 3 in a row, especially a home game here. I just think this is a spot to buy KC low.
Yeah, I don't think we ever heard of them, Andy Reid and Mahomes losing 3 in a row ever, and usually Andy Reid off the bye is usually gold. And that didn't be the factor, but I think, like I said, this is their playoffs start to Sunday. They got to keep winning. There's no wiggle room for them. I'm leaning but I think the Colts off the bye. They get a couple guys back healthy on defense. Daniel Jones has been showing signs of the old Daniel Jones, but also they get the wins. I'm leaning for the under 50 here, Hammer, in this play. I like the under 50. I think Kansas City's defense is for real. They're always going to show up regardless. They show up. I think Colts offensive line's been weak against the sack. They put Daniel Jones has been fumble prone, very fumble prone. Kansas City gets the quarterback a lot. I just think this could be. I can't bet with my heart here. I like your play with the Kansas City. I'm going to lean here with the under 50 with the Colts and the Chiefs.
So under 50 is your play. Kenny Britt's got the Chiefs team total over 26.5. Do you think there's a path for both of those things to happen, David? The Chiefs put up 27, 28, and we still cash that under.
The Colts have not laid an egg really all year long. They could come in Kansas City and lay an egg. Daniel Jones has not been. They've been turning the ball over way more the last 3 games than they did the first 6 games. I just think that Kansas City's path to victory here is the defense, and keep it slow. But I don't know about I just don't know if the Colts. It could be that high of a scoring game. But Colts defense has been pretty good. They got a couple studs back this week. Big additions they've missed the last couple weeks. So. I'm still on the full game under the team total. If the Kansas City team total, I would lean over, but not the Colts team total. No.
All right, so I'll let you pick any other game on the board here. What are we looking at?
All right, Hammer. It's gross pick, ugly pick, but Houston's been pretty good since Stroud went out, and I don't believe in the Buffalo Bills ever. I haven't believed in them since for about 5 weeks. I tried to fade them last week, and they only covered the spread on some BS at the end. Josh Allen I've said in our group chat many times, I think he's the most overrated quarterback. I love the 6 points here. I don't care. It's a bad spot for the Bills. Big win, comes short week. Houston needs the win. They got a great defense regardless of what they got. They won won the last 2 weeks with backup quarterbacks. I'm scooping the 6 points up. I know it's ugly and gross, but I really feel like they could win this game outright. Sprinkle a little money line, but we're going to for the show. We're going to take the Texans plus the 6 versus Bills.
Yep, that's a pick that I gave earlier. I'm with you. Short week. You got a team traveling. The better defense at home.
Public's on Buffalo. Everybody's on the Public's on Buffalo. The Sharps are on Texans.
Right, and I just feel like, man, this is a Texans team. We don't need them to win. We need them to hang around. And I'm hoping with that defense and the fact that Buffalo's defense isn't that great, maybe the Texans can put a few points on the board here. They can just stick around. That's all we're asking for.
Yep. Have a chance at the end of the game. I mean, they win ugly. They were down 20 or 25 points to Jacksonville, and they won ugly. Last week they won ugly. That's what they do. But hey, I just don't. I'm not laying 6 points for the Buffalo Bills on the road. No, give me the Texans plus the 6 is my play of the week. Hammer.
All right, man. If somebody wants to become a client of yours and get the NFL, the college football, the NBA, your bread and butter is college basketball. Where can they go?
Hey, I'm easy to get a hold of everywhere, guys. Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, X, whatever they call it. Message me directly. College basketball has been pretty good so far. We were overtime away last night from going 10-0, but hey, we would take the 9-1 anyway. Swept the NBA. Pretty good night in college. I'm full transparency. I tell you when I win, I tell you lost. I told you guys Tuesday we had the first losing week in football all year. We bounced back. Last 2 days. But hey, follow me everywhere: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Shout out to Rob Kendall. Shout out to Kenny Britt at KB Sports, and thank you, always Hammer, for captaining the ship for getting us where we need to go every week. And don't forget to follow Never Fade.
Man, we're going to get your picks for next week on our Twitter feed and our social media pages. Have a great Thanksgiving, David, and we'll reconvene here in a couple weeks.
Have a good week. Bye-bye.
All right, we're going to put a bow tie on this little nickel and dime pony show with a little balling on a budget and Mr. Monday Night. Walking in here, we'll take a trip to the prop shop. All that's coming up next here on The Degenerates Next Door. Back on The Degenerates Next Door. Grab the keys. Grab the Slim Jims. We're taking a little trip down to the prop shop.
I'll take you to the
prop
shop. I'll let you lick the lollipop. Go ahead, girl, don't you stop. Keep on going till you hit the
prop. So, Rob, what we know about salmon is that...
Like the fish?
Yes. They swim upstream.
Huh?
They go against the norm.
Uh-huh.
And that's what I'm doing with these first 2 prop bets. So, I'm on the Texans plus 6 tonight.
Yep.
So, you probably are thinking my prop bets are going to be something big for Davis Mills, something low for Josh Allen. No. because I think multiple things can be true here. I think the Texans can still cover 6, and Davis Mills throws a pick. Davis Mills over 0.5 interceptions.
Ooh.
Listen, good defense for the Texans. That's how they're going to stick around in this game. I think Davis Mills is good for a pick. I could also see him putting up some points. It happens.
That's your old go-to. You love to bet the over interceptions. You're looking for guys to bet over on interceptions with.
I'm putting kids through college on the Trevor Lawrence interception train right now. So, okay, we're on Davis Mills over 0.5 picks, even though I'm on the Texans plus 6. Josh Allen, anytime rushing touchdown tonight.
Oh.
Rushing. You're probably thinking to yourself, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be rooting for the Texans tonight, but I've got to root for Josh Allen? Do you think the Bills are going to get shut out? It's not like that's the 85 Bears defense on the other side. Texans are good defensively, but let's not get it twisted. The Steel Curtain, the Purple People Eaters, they are not.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you can get a Davis Mills pick, and I think you could also get a Josh Allen anytime touchdown and cash a Texans plus 6. It's against the grain. I'm being a salmon. I get it, but we're going to ride the lightning. Our game of the week, the Colts at the Chiefs. If you think Kansas City is going to win this game, then take a look at Daniel Jones over 31.5 passing attempts. If you think the Colts are going to be behind in the fourth quarter or late in the game, Colts are going to have to throw the ball. And that means attempts. Now, if you think the Colts are going to win, take the under on this one. But the number is 31.5 passing attempts by Daniel Jones. I think Kansas City is going to have the lead. I think they'll have the lead late, which means Jones is throwing. We're going over 31.5 attempts. And Trevor Lawrence, anytime interception, over 0.5. Anytime, anywhere. I don't care if Trevor Lawrence is at home on his couch. He's throwing a pick. And the number, it's got a little juice to it now, 0.5. But you don't walk away from the table when you're on a heater. And Trevor Lawrence interception numbers are my heater right now. We have hit this the last couple of weeks. We're not walking away now, Rob. Those are our prop bets for this week. Now, if somebody's listening, that's a complete tightwad.
Yeah.
If there's somebody like you that's very, very tight with the dollar, but they like to gamble, they want some action, and they want a way to double their money, this is how you can teach them to ball on a budget.
This happens to be a $100 minimum bet table. Perhaps you'd be more comfortable at one of our lower stakes tables.
Oh! All right, you cheapskates. It's time for Rob Kendall's Ballin' on a Budget.
Very tight with a dollar.
All right, cheap ass, what $1 bet are we making this week?
Damn, Hammer, there are some heavy favorites this week. I mean, heavy favorites. And I said, let's go with all of them. You got the Lions.
You chalk-eating weasel. Chalk-eating weasel.
You got the Lions minus 650 versus the Giants. Seattle minus 1150 at the Titans. The Ravens minus 1350 versus the Jets. The Patriots minus 350 at the Bengals. The Packers minus 320 versus the Vikings. And the Rams minus 350 versus the Bucs. I needed to put all those in just to get to double your money. I mean, these are some massive favorites. So you got the Lions, Seahawks, Ravens, Patriots, Packers, and Rams money line. You put them all together, you get plus 198, which means a $10 bet pays you $19.84.
Plus money by being a chalk-eating weasel.
Minus $13.50.
It's almost worth taking a look at the other side, isn't it?
It is.
Like, is it worth the lottery ticket of just taking, like, the money line of the opposite side?
I mean, because what if? Okay, so the Ravens are minus 1350 versus the Jets. What if Lamar Jackson gets hurt on the opening series or something? He's been kind of injured anyway.
It could happen.
Then you got a ball game.
Any given Sunday, right?
Minus 1350.
We do have one more bet for you, and putting on his hat, ramping up his glove wear. He looks like a cowboy going out to do some wrangling. He is Mr. Monday Night, Rob Kendall. What do we got this week?
Boy, another turd of a game right up there with every freaking week. Last week was Dallas and the Raiders. Oh, jeez Louise. Panthers at the 49ers.
Remember when Monday Night Football was a damn institution?
Oh, yeah.
Like when we were kids growing up, Monday Night Football was so big, such a big deal. That's why that Rod Tidwell game and Jerry Maguire mattered so much, because everybody showed up for Monday night. You had Hank Williams Jr., and even before Hank Jr., you had like Frank Gifford and Dan Deerdorf and Al Michaels, and before that, you had Howard Cosell. It was so good, and now we're getting stuck with the also-rans.
The Panthers are getting 7 at the 49ers. Now, that little turd, what's his name, that's the quarterback for the Panthers? They
Bryce Young.
Yeah, Bryce Young, who they traded their whole franchise to the Bears to get. Every time I bet, he's my Baker Mayfield for you. Whatever I do with him, it's wrong. Bet on him to win, he turns into, I don't even know. Who's
Ryan
the worst?
Leaf?
Yeah, thank you very much. And then you bet on him to lose, and then he's,
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, thank you. Football. I'm betting on football. 49ers, same thing. What's the guy's name that's the quarterback out there? The guy, he was Purdy. He's Purdy screwing me over no matter what I do. So this is going to be totally wrong, but I'm not taking the spread either way. I'm going under 49.5 points.
Under 49 in a game with the 49ers, I think it's appropriate. Let's recap the board here. I am on the Texans +6 tonight, and then I have Kansas City -3.5 in our game of the week against the Colts.
2 wrong bets for you. Chiefs and Colts under 49.5, and the Panthers, the 49ers, also 49.5 under.
Under 49.5 in Monday night. Kenny Britt of KB Sports, he's got the Chiefs team total over 26.5. The Falcons catching 1.5. They got the points coming at him at New Orleans. David Stephanoff, Fall Never Fade. He's with you, Rob, riding the under in that Chiefs and Colts game, under 50. And he's with me on the Texans +6.
Yeah, I wanted to clarify. We found it at 50, so I'll take the half point. I'm sure it'll make a hell of a lot of difference, but I'll take that half point under 50 in the Chiefs-Colts game.
Hey, next week we will have our plays on the Twitter handle, X handle, whatever you want to call it, at Gambling Stuff. That's how you find us, at Gambling Stuff. Have a great holiday. We'll talk to you in a few weeks.